Shalom Aleichem. Please join me. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Sharet, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Sharet, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Barchuni לשלום, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. צאתכם לשלום, Malachei Shalom,
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
It is wonderful to see everybody on this cold January evening. It is really cold, but I'm hearing it's supposed to get warmer, so that is lovely, very lovely. And as we welcome in this first Shabbat of 2026, it is an honor to invite forward to our Bima Stan and Denise Bunsick, who are going to lead us in our blessings this evening. And they are celebrating this month, but they're going to be headed off, I think, to Florida. They are celebrating their 52nd wedding anniversary. So we get to say Mazal Tov to them. And we'll come up for our blessings.
As these Shabbat candles give light to those who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kedeshanu b'mitzvotav, tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Blessed are you, Adonai our God, who sanctifies us with mitzvot and commands us to kindle the lights of Shabbat.
If you are able, I ask you please to rise.
And there was evening, and there was morning, the sixth day. The heaven and the earth were finished in all their array. On the seventh day, God finished the work that God had been doing, and God ceased on the seventh day from all of the work that God had done. And God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy, because on it God ceased from all work of creation that God had done.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kideshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu b'shabbat kodesho be'ahava u'b'ratzon hinchilanu zikaron le'maseh v'reshit ki hu yom techila למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. Shabbat. Amen. L'chaim. You may be seated. Somebody else said it.
Shabbat Shalom once again. Tonight we welcome this first Shabbat of 2026, which if you, and now my head just went blank, but if you like the Hunger Games, I recently learned on social media that the very first Hunger Games, based on the dates of it, 2026 is the year for the first one. So, who knows? It is a new year, a new page, and maybe if we're paying attention, this year is a moment for us to notice how much of who we are is shaped by where we live. Yesterday, I read a beautiful reflection by Anna Kislansky, who is the head of Israel's movement for Progressive Judaism, and she was reflecting on Novi God. Novi God is the New Year celebration that is observed by Jews from the former Soviet Union. It's actually observed by all people who live in the former Soviet Union, but specifically she was talking about Jews. Under the Soviet regime, where religious life was forbidden, religious holidays for the most part disappeared. But one celebration remained, and that was the secular New Year. Novi God became a cherished tradition for people. It is filled with music, food, atmosphere, joy. It's not religious, but it's deeply meaningful. And she reflected that this year, more than 1 million Russian-speaking Israelis marked Novi God, carrying with them stories shaped by suppression, creativity, and adaptation. When I think of Novi God, one of the things that always strikes me that I think about is that for Novi God celebrations, if you've ever heard about it, there is a tree. It is not a Christmas tree, because remember, religious holidays were not permitted, but it is a New Year tree that was meant for everyone. And so when many Jews from the former Soviet Union came to the United States, they carried this tradition with them, and they had to figure out how it fit, or if it fit, because within the United States, within the American Jewish community, winter trees carried and still carry very different meanings. And even for Russian Jews in Israel, you can't always find a pine tree in the same way that we find them here. It's a small example, the Novi God tree, but a powerful one, of how Jews are shaped by the places we live and how we negotiate belonging without losing ourselves. Which brings me to this week's Torah portion, Vayechi, and we come to the end of Genesis. Genesis itself is an immigrant story. It begins with a family that is rooted in one place, and it ends with that family living somewhere else entirely. Jacob and his children go down to Egypt. They survive there. They build lives there. They raise their children there. Joseph's sons, Ephraim and Manasseh, are born in Egypt. And still, Joseph gives them Hebrew names. It's quiet, but it matters, these names. These names are a nod to faith, to family, perhaps even to memory. Maybe saying to these young boys, you may grow up here, but you belong to something bigger. At the end of his life, Jacob blesses his grandsons, and their blessing is the blessing that we still use for our children today. May God make you like Ephraim and Manasseh. Not may God make you like Abraham, or may God make you like Isaac, but may God make you like two kids who were born outside of the promised land. May God make you like two kids who grew up immersed in another culture. Two kids whose Jewish lives didn't just happen by accident. Because continuity doesn't require isolation, but what it does require is intention. Someone had to choose their names, someone had to tell their story, and someone had to say, in thinking about naming them, this tradition, this faith matters enough to pass on even here in Egypt, outside of the land. So this year, as we step into 2026, this is the year when the United States will mark 250 years. I can't help but think, when I think 250 years, and actually there's many more years of Jewish life in the United States beyond or in this land, beyond just the years of America. But I can't help but hear that blessing in the many voices of generations of Jews who came here to America. May God make you like Ephraim and Manasseh. May you be shaped by this place without losing yourself. May you live fully here and still know where you come from. And may the Judaism that we hand to the next generation be one that can adapt, that can stretch, that can endure, not by accident, but on purpose. And so, like Jacob's family in Egypt, we are still becoming, each of us. We are still figuring out how to live Jewishly in the places that we find ourselves. And we are still blessing our children, not with certainty, but certainly with hope. And so as we come to the end of this particular part of our story in the book of Genesis, and we look ahead to Exodus, we say, Chazak, Chazak, v'nit chazek. Let us be strong, and may we be strengthened by our faith and strengthened by our traditions. Shabbat Shalom. And so now we turn in our prayer books, and a quick note, you may notice that there are two sets of page numbers. We ask that you follow the higher page number that is written in blue ink, and we'll turn to page 138, where we will join together singing Lecha Dodi.
לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה, שמור וזכור בדיבורך תשמיע אנו אל המיוחד אדוני, אחד הוא שמו אחד לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה. לקראת שבת ואחד עודי לקראתה לה ימי שבת לקבלה.
We remain standing and turn to page 146 in our prayer books for Baruch Hu.
ברכו את אדוני המבורך. ברוך אדוני המבורך, המבורך לעולם ועד. המבורך, המבורך לעולם ועד.
And we turn to page 148, and we'll continue together in the Hebrew with Ma'ariv Aravim. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, b'chochma poteach she'arim, uvitvuna mishane itim, umachalif et hazmanim, umesader et hakochavim, b'mishmerotehem barakia kirtzono. Borei yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or. Uma'avir yom umevi layla, umavdil ben yom uvein layla. Adonai tzvaot shemo. El chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim. And on page 151, we read together at the top of the page. As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. And we turn to page 152 and we join with Shema.
If you're lost, you feel afraid, and you don't know what to say, then listen, listen to our God. Is there a question on your mind? Is the answer hard to find? Then listen, listen to our God. Listen with all your heart and soul, and with all of your might. Write them and learn them and teach them well, every morning and night. Close your eyes and listen, listen to your God. Listen, listen to your God. Quiet yourself, there's nothing to say. Stop all the chatter that gets in the way. And listen, listen to our God. When the wind and the thunder finally disappear, there's still a voice that you can hear. If you listen, listen to our God. You can hear it from the
seated. And we'll turn to page 154 and join together with Ve'ahavta.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וקשבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Page 159. Sing the song of men and women joined in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come, the song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more, the song of a world redeemed, the song of peace. We join together singing Mi Chamocha.
Yalla lai, yai lai lai la 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 la, yai lai lai la lai la 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 la, yai lai lai la lai la 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 la, yai la 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 la. Let's do it one more time, a little louder. Yai lai lai la 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 la, yai lai lai la lai la 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 la, yai lai lai la 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 la, yai la 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 la. מי כמוך? מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה. מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקע הים לפני משה ומרים, זה אלי ענו ואמרו, זה אלי ענו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. יאללה לי, יאי לי 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 לי, יאי לי 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 לי, יאי לי 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 לי, יאי לי לי.
And we join together at the top of page 161. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. And we turn to page 162, where we'll join together with Vishamru.
Shabbat vayinafash v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat לדורות אמרית עולם ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת.
And we turn to page 164 in our prayer books. And if you are able, I ask you please to rise for the Shabbat Amidah.
Adonai שפתי תפתח ופי יגיד תהילתך. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avoteinu ve'imoteinu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. Page 168. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיה הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומיתו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיה הכל. Page 170. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
You may be seated, and we'll continue together at the top of page 173. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat, on page 175. Ever-present one, may we, your people Israel, be worthy in our deeds and our prayer. Wherever we live, wherever we seek you, in this land, in Zion restored, in all lands, you are our God, whom alone we serve in reverence. Baruch atah Adonai, she'otcha levadcha b'yirah na'avod. Page 177, we turn to the prayer for gratitude at the top of the page. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth which day by day sustains us. For all these and more we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulecha na'eh lehodot. And on page 179, we join together in a prayer for peace. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamevarech et amo Yisrael, bashalom. And we turn in our service to a prayer first for the state of Israel, one not found in our prayer books, this one written by our own Eva Ashner. Thank you, Adonai, for granting Israel the courage, the strength, and the power to defend her borders and her people. May the country continue to flourish. May Israel and we never give up hatikva, the hope that the day will come when Israel will be at peace with her neighbors. And may Israel always exist as a homeland for the Jewish people. Amen. And we turn our hearts and our thoughts towards those in our community, our friends, our neighbors who are in need of healing. And if you are thinking of someone who's in need of healing, be it a physical, spiritual, or emotional healing, I ask that you rise at this time. And we'll join together, calling their names aloud, sending them towards the heavens with our prayers. You may be seated. We take all of those names into our hearts. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit as we join together singing Misha Berach, page 371, our prayer for healing.
Imot
take a moment for silent and personal prayer.
Get these out again because it'll make much more sense to all of us if I put these on. Welcome, my name is David Kaiser, and as I look at the next part of the sentence, this is the first part, this is the first time I've ever said this at services or anything, so don't hold it against me, and I am the president of UH. And I'm taking down all your names right now. Thank you, Mr. Cohen. Tomorrow at UH, Torah study at 9 a.m. in the Spielberg Chapel and on Zoom. Please note the new time, 9 o'clock in the Spielberg Chapel. Shabbat morning service, 10 o'clock, also in the Spielberg Chapel and on live stream. Musar and Mindfulness, Cultivating Balance and Wisdom at 11:30 in the Millstone Library. Some upcoming events, so get out your paper and pencil. I'll take a moment. Okay, I see they're about. Whiskey and Wisdom, Wednesday, January 14th, on my birthday. Thank you for having that on my birthday. At 7:30 p.m. in the Kaplansky Center. Friday, January 16th is MLK Shabbat at 6:30. Always a very special Shabbat. So we look forward to that. New in 2026, January 23rd will be the first Shabbat at home, where you can meet new people, share a meal, and experience Shabbat. More details and sign-ups coming soon. These events, all services, programs, and more can be found in our Sunday e-blast, our digital bulletin, and our congregational calendar, or on our website. Save the date for UHU 2026 Gala and High Society annual event on Saturday, April 25th from 6:30 to 10:30. Plans are underway, and it's looking like it's going to be a great event like last year. We'd like to have a special thank you to our dessert Oneg sponsors tonight. We have Stan and Denise Bunzik in honor of their anniversary. Thank you. Reva Davis in honor of her birthday. Happy birthday. Can I say how old? 92 on Monday. Arlene Goodman in honor of her special birthday coming up on the 22nd. Lenny Nieder in honor of Shayna Styler's upcoming bat mitzvah. And Elaine Rudolph in honor of her birthday on the 21st. Lots of great dates to celebrate in January. She'll be 91? Okay. Well, you keep going 1 year ahead of her. That's nice. That's nice. That is outstanding. Thank you to our tech team for making it possible for all of us to be together virtually tonight. And please check our website or call the office for gift shop hours. Shabbat Shalom and Happy New Year.
And as you heard, we are celebrating birthdays this evening. Reva, hopefully Elaine's going to be okay that you outed her age at services. I know she's watching on live stream. We have some names up here, people celebrating birthdays in this month. When we call your name, we ask that you stand so that we can offer a blessing. And if we don't have your name, we'll ask that you stand anyway so you can receive a blessing. And if you're at home, we have a couple names of people who are at home. But if you're at home and you have a birthday this month, we ask you to stand as well. Reva Davis, as you heard, on January 5th, is celebrating a birthday.
David Kaiser from January 14th.
Cheryl Bauer on January 18th is celebrating a birthday.
Paul Steinberg, January 19th.
Elaine Rudolph on January 21st is celebrating.
Arlene Goodman, January 22nd.
And Ross Adams on January 27th is celebrating a birthday. Anybody else celebrating a birthday in January? Marita is celebrating a birthday. Carol, please stand up. Wonderful. And at home again, if you're celebrating, please stand up if you feel like you want to stand up.
And a little birthday prayer and wish and blessing. Yehi darkechem mevorach. May your way be blessed. Ya'er alechem or hachokma. May wisdom's light shine upon you.
Yitain lachem masechem shalom. And may your journey throughout life bring you the gift of peace. And to that we say, Amen. And we also say to all of you, Ad mea ve'esrim, may you live to be 120, just as Moses did. So happy birthday, Mazal Tov. And we ask everybody now to please rise and stand with our birthday folks as we turn to page 586 for Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו
Kadosh Baruch Hu. Page 591. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
You may be seated, and we turn to page 595. There are stars up above, so far away we only see their light, long, long after the star itself is gone. Also, so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways that we remember. This Shabbat, the heartfelt condolences of our congregation go out to the families of Robert M. Cohn and Linda Sue Smith, who were laid to rest this week. We are in the period of Shloshim, the first 30 days of mourning, for Anita Cohen, Stanley Cohen, Lois Frank, Steve Hertz, Gary M. Jaffe, Lauren Beth Kittredge, Constance Connie Levy, and Sanford L. Schenberg. This week, the Shabbat, we observe the yahrzeits and we lovingly remember Jacob Murray Albert, Sue Arbor, David Bassman, Evelyn Becker, Leslie Berger, Nancy Jane Berger, Morris Burke, David Block, Clara Block, Ethel Simon Bluestein, Ray Bronstein, Sarah Schuver, Leroy Daniel Cohen, Lena K. Cohen, Harry Cohen, Marie Cohn, Ann Lynn Citron, Marjorie F. Deichman, Robert Feldman, Morris Flotkin, Morris Friedman, Joseph C. Friedman, Harry W. Gast, Cecilia Golliber, Samuel Gomberg, Charles L. Gorman, Abraham Gorich, Herman B. Gottlieb, Barbara Gottschalk, Rose B. Green, Myra L. Grossman, Leah Hammer, Devira Honigbaum, Bernadine Bernie Kahn, Jacob Kotler, Irvin Kreiser, Ida S. Kramer, Molly Kranzberg, Shirley Krause, Eli A. Cutton, Max Joseph Lackman, Alex Lepowich, Sylvan Levy, Ernest Loeb, Louis P. Malpe, Sam Merriam, Bernard Martin, Roswell Messing Jr., Bella R. Oswitz, Helen Packman, Rose F. Pachter, Gertrude Trudy Paley, Kenneth I. Pollock, Rose Posen, Bess Peters Prezan, Henry D. Ross, Julia Grossberg Rudman, Albert Safer, Jenny Weissman Sayeta, Bess Schneider, Sophie Schneider, Tilly Goldberg Schwartz, Mamie E. Sirks, Sylvia Rosenblum Sirkin, Estelle Goodman Seitman, Herman Sokolik, David E. Steinberg, Eva Essler Thiessen, Anthony Paul Thompson, Rebecca Wagner, Clara Evans Weissman, Louis J. Wenicker, Rose Pastel Wolf. If one of these loved ones is yours, I invite you to rise so that we may recognize the memory of your loved one. Zichronam livracha, may their memories forever be a blessing. And I now invite everyone to please rise and stand with our mourners for the Mourners Kaddish, Kaddish Yatom, which can be found on page 598. Yit Gadal ve'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah, Be'alma divra chirute v'amlich malchute. B'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael. Ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehe shemei rabba mevorach le'olam me almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitroma v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar, v'yitale, v'yitalal, shemei dekudasha barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbachata v'nechemata. Da'amiram be'alma v'imru amen. Yehe shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. V'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, amen. In following our closing song, we invite you to join us in Kaplansky Center. You'll go out the back doors, go to the left, go to the right, and there's a wonderful dessert oneg, as you already heard, sponsored by so many wonderful people this evening in honor of so many wonderful events. So please join us. And on this first Shabbat of the year, as the book of Genesis comes to a close, it just reminds us of the strength of our people. One book closes, another book opens. We move forward in strength. We move forward looking toward all of the blessings that are to come. And as we sing our closing song this evening, it's a nod and a reminder to how we Jews, in whatever spaces and places we are, how we adapt ourselves to the world and the melodies that are around us.
A special Adon Olam for the season. Please join me. Adon Olam asher malach beterem kol yetzir nivra let nasa vechefzo kol hazai melech shemo nikra ואחרי ככלות הכל לבדו ימלוך נורא והוא היה והוא הווה והוא יהיה בתפארה והוא אחד ואין שני להמשילו להחבירה ולי ראשית ולי תכלית ולא העוז והמשרה והוא אלי וחי גואלי וצור חבלי ועת צרה והוא ניסי ומנוס לי מנת כוסי ביום אקרא בידו אפקיד רוחי בעת אישן ואירה ואם רוחי גווייתי אדוני לי ולא יירא. שנה טובה אזרחית. Happy secular New Year.
Shabbat Shalom.